Hello there, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Product Design with Shola, where I'm taking you through my journey into product design. So if you've not seen my previous videos, kindly pause this and watch my previous videos. So let's journey together into product design. So today we'll be looking at so many opportunities, so many workplaces where you as a UX designer can work and how it affects and influences your career. So first, I would love to really ask, everyone's goal in UX designer differs. My goal is different from your goal, even in the same career. So your goal in becoming a UX designer determines where exactly you really work. So think about what's most important to you when choosing a place to work. Think about it critically and answer some of those questions as we proceed into the different places where you can work, the disadvantages and the advantages. So go with me. I have a question for you. Do you enjoy working with a group of people? Do you enjoy working with team members? Now, this next company is the best for you. Talk about design agencies. So what is actually a design agency? A design agency is a one-stop shop for virtual brands, products and services. Working at a design agency can be similar in some ways to working as a small business or startup, except that in this case, you have multiple companies as your clients. Many agencies tend to work on a broad range of products, so you can actually explore so many styles and approaches to UX design. So let's look at the advantages of working with a design agency. The first is the impact. A lot of impact. You enjoy lots of impact on projects, and if especially if you're the only UX designer on the team. So networking. Working in a design agency affords you the opportunity to network with senior stakeholders, different teams, and diverse clients too. How about the exposure part of it? Exposure to lots of companies and industry with different clients. So you're exposed to lots of projects, to lots of people too. How about resume? It affords you the opportunity to work with large brands and display that work in your portfolio. And as a beginner, this is very good for you. Your portfolio is as important as your career. So how about the disadvantages too? Mentorship. Think of mentorship is what is paramount to working with a startup and a small business, which is also applicable in working when you work with a design agency too. Because you are the only UX designer on a project, there is little or no mentorship for you. How about monotony? Depending on the agency, you could work on only one type of project, and it might not give you the opportunity, to learn about the different types of designs too. How about ownership? You might not be able to work on a project from start to finish due to the fact that you are working under an agency. Then talk about the finished work too. Products you work on might not launch, depending on what the client wants. So you are the mercy of the client if you work with a design agency. So that's that about working with a design agency. Now, do you enjoy working with advertising bodies? Not only UX work, at times you might feel like you really want to explore other fields of other industries too. Now, this is for you. If you really want to do other things aside UX design, you want to merge it with media work too. So a lot of UX designers actually work at advertising agencies, and they call the set of people creative technologists. This designer actually work to create ads for brands using UX principles. So this is a great option for you if you are open to learning some interesting skills outside of a core UX design role. So let's look at the advantages of working with advertising agencies. The first is the autonomy. You have little to no middle management, which means more autonomy over your work. How about the learning too? You have opportunity to learn from other disciplines. So you're not only doing the work of a UX designer, you're also learning. You're also doing some other works, other skills. You're also learning some other skills too, like marketing skills, like graphics design, like branding, and so on and so forth. How about the variety too? Every project is actually different based on the client, so you enjoy working on multiple tasks. How about networking? You work with a bunch of different brands, clients, and teams. So these are the advantages of working with advertising agencies, even as a UX designer. So let's talk about the disadvantages. The first is specialization. Because you're working on wide variation in projects, you might not be able to hone in a specific skill easily. And relevance too. Your work may often involve branding, marketing, and you might not really focus on the core UX design job too. So those are the advantages of working with a design of an advertising agency. So we'll be looking at working as a freelancer. You choose to work. Do you like working on your own? Like you just like working on your own, you don't like working with team members, you don't like working with team, then this is actually for you. You can actually decide to work as a freelancer. Freelancers are actually self-employed UX designers who are hired by clients for their independent services. So being a freelancer gives you a lot of freedom, and it's a great way for new UX designer to gain experience in the field to work on their portfolio. So let's look at the advantages of working as a UX freelancer. Number one is your schedule. You can set your own work hours since you are self-employed. Flexibility too. You as a freelancer, you can work on another job and then you balance competing priorities too. How about the autonomy? You can choose the work that you want and you can reject the work you do not want. How about the experience? Working as a freelancer affords you the opportunity to build your own portfolio even if you don't have a full-time job. So let's talk about the disadvantages of working as a UX designer freelancer. The first is structure. For structure, there's no one to actually report to, which means you have to be responsible for getting work done on time. Talk about the stability too. Less stable than working for a company or agency, since work is not always guaranteed. So you have to always wait for when job comes for you to work. So how about business? You have to manage the logistics of your own business, such as filing for taxes, billing clients, and more. How about mentorship? Lot of readily available mentors since you're working all by yourself. So you have to really consider each and every one of these places where you can work as a UX designer and choose the one that suits your career goal. So everyone's goal as a career UX designer are actually different. So think about what's most important to you when choosing a place to work. So you should consider questions like, do you enjoy a lot of structure and processes? Or do you like to define your own work and schedule? Do you value working on a big team? Or are you comfortable working alone? If you're comfortable working alone, then you should be a freelancer. Or do you want to focus mainly on UX design? Or are you interested in broadening your skill set? Considering your career goals and how you work best, we help you to start to figure out the kind of company that might be the best fit for you. I wish you good luck and I wish you all the best as you choose a best and suitable place for you to start your UX design career. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.